Hey, wrestling fans, I'm Mike Bomani, joined as always by my co-host Louis Carrillo,
Yep.
and we are the Wrestling Smarks.
Yeah, what up, everybody?
Raw review from Miami this week, which is only an hour and a half away from where we live. This was a pretty decent show. Some might even say better than the Battleground pay-per-view.
I definitely say better.
Yeah, I agree with you that. And if you guys were watching, you may have noticed a little sign that said Smarks poking in the background. Our little logo, our friends, Omar and Keith, they brought a Smark sign. They were sitting fourth row in the corner. You could see them behind Triple H and Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar at the end a bunch. Pretty fucking badass to see some Smark support and a pretty sweet fucking sign, too.
Thank you, Derek Torres.
Yep, thanks. What did you think, before we start shamelessly promoting ourselves? Like, comment, and subscribe to us if you haven't already, so you can always catch our shows. We try to do them every Tuesday night, somewhere between 8 to 10 o'clock starting time. We got jobs.
Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, Eastern Time. It was hard. I thought we were going to have to go late. I had a recording session tonight, but luckily the kid could play some fucking guitar, and I finished up early, which is pretty nice.
Oh, yeah, it was great.
So,
Loudness.
let's just jump right into it. Triple H comes out trolling the internet wrestling community. What did you think about his comments?
God, he was mean to these people last night, yo. He say he's gonna tweet his displeasure on Instagram and Twitter and everything. God, he was
140 characters.
Rude.
It's
our opinion, Triple H.
Yeah, it was pretty entertaining. He I think he went off on the internet community. It was pretty hilarious. Starts to mention that he's gonna pick, everyone on the roster has a chance. He's gonna pick someone to go against John Cena at SummerSlam. He doesn't know who that's gonna be yet. Everyone knew who that was gonna be, but to humor all of us, Randy Orton comes down, Kane comes down, and then
they get
Roman
a little
Reigns.
bickering between the Authority. Then Roman Reigns comes out, and Triple H books him in a handicap match.
Now, how did you feel about this whole segment? Just the way everything went down.
Well, I like the whole Triple H, trolling the internet community and all the smarks out there. But I didn't like the whole Orton, Kane, and Roman Reigns thing. To me, they're getting old now.
Yeah.
With this battle that they have.
Yeah, and it sets up a handicap match. Because Reigns said, Reigns asked the crowd, he's like, no one wants to see Kane versus John Cena, and he's like, no one wants to see Randy Orton and John Cena again.
Yeah,
and
which kind of agree with him.
That's true. And then he's like, but the people want to see, me, Roman Reigns versus John Cena, and the crowd goes pretty crazy, so it's good.
The crowd goes crazy, but I don't think anybody really wants to live through that match.
Not in comparison to the match that we're gonna get to. And we'll get to that. So yeah, impromptu handicap match. Randy Orton wants no part of it. It was pretty funny, right?
Not at all, yeah.
Kane trying to tag him in. Randy Orton's just...
I'm good. Kane is basically tired of babysitting Randy Orton.
Yep, so Superman punch, spear,
Kane, Roman Reigns wins.
It wasn't bad. I'm not gonna hate on Reigns. It was an alright match this week, so...
Mm-hmm.
I give credit where credit's due.
It was good. I mean, he did his normal 3 moves of death, right?
Yeah. His 3 moves. Yeah, I guess of death, because Cena's got the 5 of doom, so he's got the 3 of death.
Yeah. It was alright though. It was an okay match for them
after this, we get the pretty awesome little segment, which is Stephanie McMahon and Brie Bella.
Well, it was a 4-on-1
match. Yeah, it was
not fair at all.
4-on-1.
Well, normally handicap matches, they gotta have at least people outside, and then they tag in and come out. They let all 4 of these people. No, this is a true handicap match.
This is
all 4 in the ring.
In
wow.
There. It was Eva Marie, Rosa Mendez, Alicia Fox, and Cameron.
Your girl Cameron
against Nikki Bella, and when Nikki Bella's coming to the ring, there's Brie Bella's sitting front row.
Somebody looked just like her in the front row.
Yep. So they have a little chat, and then Stephanie McMahon's music hits.
Oh, she wasn't too happy about that.
Now, Steph Steph let one hell of a slap on Brie because Brie called Stephanie a bitch twice
Twice in a PG show.
before 9 p.m.
We hear bitch.
Yep.
Bitch.
What did you think? What did you think about that whole little?
I like
right?
I like the little promote. These two going at it. I see maybe Brie Bella coming back soon now.
Yeah, probably SummerSlam.
Yeah, they have a match with Stephanie.
Now, the slap was pretty fucking brutal.
Yeah. Well, she
looked legitimately pissed off. Like that was an actual
she
good
slapped
segment.
the shit out of Stephanie at Payback. So
that's a receipt.
You get a receipt with that, exactly.
So Brie gets thrown out of the arena, and Nikki Bella loses
in about 40 seconds,
but not before almost a year to the day that had happened to her sister. We got a little nip slip, and so we got pitched by Brie, and we got some titty from Nikki in the first hour.
Very nice.
Raw, you've got my attention.
We're definitely looking now.
After this, my boy, the inspirational
Bo
Dallas. And mine is JBL fucking love Bo Dallas.
JBL is like swinging from his sack.
So fucking great. I love every time JBL talks differently. He's always, oh, we're gonna have fun, Michael, all that type of stuff. But whenever Bo Dallas is like, hey, it's inspirational. It's like, I wish it would be longer.
I just love that he tells Cole to shut up every time he starts talking.
He's like,
you shut up, Cole.
It's Bo Dallas against LeBron James now, basically. It was Damian Sandow as LeBron James for the second time, obviously being in Miami. Mm-hmm. Perfect way to get heat.
Came out with a Heat jersey?
Heat jersey with Heat crossed out and Cavs or Cleveland written underneath it. Cuts a little promo saying that he's going home. Mm-hmm. You thought you were get what you think you're going to get Michael Jordan is what he said. It was pretty good. All right, little match. He's getting major heat. He throws up a little shot and he's like swish, and then he throws the headband off like the fucking Rock in Miami.
If he would have just did the powder thing.
Yeah, but he goes to drop an elbow, and Bo Dallas moves out of the way, hits him with a bow dog, and
we're 18 and Bo.
No, 16 and Bo. He's 16. JBL was saying 18 and Bo, and they're like, he's 16 and Bo. He's like, I'm giving him the other two already because I'm a believer. He's like, I already know he's gonna win the next two.
Nice.
So it was a good little match. Bo Dallas, how can you not like a man full of that much inspiration? He's inspirational, Be positive, people. He's the man. So after this, we're treated to his brother, Bray Wyatt, and the Wyatt family.
But they cut back to the WWE app again.
Yep, they beat up Jericho.
It's supposed to be a highlight reel segment.
Yeah, it's just a highlight reel. They beat up Jericho. Bray Wyatt comes out, cuts a little promo as always, and he says, what was it? Sooner or later, they all fall down. He's lived 100 years in a day, which was pretty good. And I thought, it was an all right standard Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, it was good promo. Bray Wyatt's always, talking about, chasing vengeance and everything like that. And we're gonna definitely see another match. I would say.
Oh, SummerSlam. No doubt. They're definitely having a match at SummerSlam. One of the funniest things happens though shortly after this.
One thing I wanted to speak about is that segment with Jericho and Bray Wyatt was taped before Battleground, so that wasn't Jericho wasn't even in Miami yesterday. He wasn't there at all. That segment was recorded on Saturday. From what I read, was recorded Saturday, and that whole thing was done, for Raw, and then of course the Wyatts came out. Jericho wasn't in nowhere near Raw.
Really?
My reason why I'm bringing this up is why can't they use stuff like that for part-timers? That you're always gone. That leave and do segments where they can show them and keep them going.
Gotcha.
In the sorry, my phone. Keep them going. Keep them freaking phone vibration. Yeah. Sorry, guys.
If only we had conversations before we went on air that your phones are not on vibrate, they're on silent.
It's funny, I work for a cell phone company. I can't even put my phone on vibrate.
He's got 6 phones, so don't worry.
But yeah, they was saying, that segment with Jericho and Wyatt was recorded before Battleground, so it was already set to go. And then I'm just saying, why don't they do that with other
Yeah, I hear you on that.
part-timers and get them relevant,
One thing I thought was hilarious is after this happens, it cuts back and Jericho's ears bleeding, and you've got fucking Ron Killings.
Yeah.
What happened?
No. Yeah.
He's feeling his
taking
temperature.
What's wrong with you, Chuby? You became a doctor?
Yeah. So yeah, that's all I really gotta say about that.
I was waiting for him to get a thermometer and put it in his mouth.
Yeah. Now, after this, we get the new Intercontinental. Now, if you didn't watch Battleground, some bullshit happened in the.
I picked it.
He did. The Miz wins it. I thought he took Sheamus, didn't you?
No.
He took the Miz. Okay.
No, we can go back to.
That's all right. I'm not gonna argue with you. The Miz the whole time was not in the ring, and this was driving me crazy when we were watching it. Like, there's refs standing right next to him. Why aren't they telling him to get into the ring? Like, Royal, and he's just sitting out by the announce table the whole time, and the refs are just like, oh, but fuck.
He's got to protect his money, man.
Yeah, no, fuck that shit. This is what pissed me off, and I said it in there. I was like, if he's not in the ring when the last 2 guys who had been fighting, like, they throw the one out, he should just not be in. That's it. You're not in the ring.
He didn't get eliminated.
But yeah, he fucking didn't wrestle. It'd be like.
He went in a couple of times,
yeah,
and then these shameless wrestlers decided they want to try to hit him in his moneymaker, so he had to get out of the ring.
Sheamus and Ziggler were the last 2, and Ziggler, it was awesome. Ziggler knocks out Sheamus, crowd's going crazy, and then fucking The Miz comes in and just.
Awesome!
Yeah, and he's the champ, which I guess they want another heel champ. So either way, you get The Miz versus Ziggler in a non-title match, as always, because they just do nothing but non-title matches. So it just puts your champ down. Like, this guy's a champ, and they have the match, and it's a hell of a match. Start off with some botches.
Yeah.
But it picked up. Good. It was really awesome. Ziggler wins, and doesn't get the championship, so means nothing.
Not at all.
Dolphy or The Miz even is like, oh, whatever, I still got the title and my moneymaker.
He put his shades on, held his title. That's pure great acting.
His star shines so bright, that's why he has to wear his sunglasses at night.
The Marine 4 franchise right there.
The face of the Marine 4 franchise.
If you can't mess up that moneymaker, man. And
no,
Mike the Mizanian. Real world, baby.
Yeah. Okay, so after this we get Cesaro and Seth Rollins with Triple H, and now this is something we need to talk about. For no reason at all, Cesaro is just like, I'm not a Paul Heyman guy anymore. I want to be a Triple H guy. Okay, so is it just me, but now that basically the whole Paul Heyman Cesaro thing is done?
Yeah.
Is it, in my eyes, it was a failure?
Well, the whole Heyman
Cesaro
thing was a failure all the way because they didn't see it through.
No, and I mean, after the day after WrestleMania, I mean, Cesaro won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, had all the fans behind him,
the momentum,
everything. He was just rocketing, and then he says he's a Heyman guy, and you just think like, holy shit, this is just gonna take him further. And WWE just like, nope, we don't want you to, even though the crowd loves you, we're gonna just not make you we're gonna take the swing away from you. We're gonna change your music 6 times till it's completely shitty now, and like.
I mean, if they were gonna turn him to a non-Heyman guy, they should have made it that he gets beat up by somebody,
there's no reason. There's really no reason.
There was no reason for him at all to all of a sudden now he doesn't, because he wants to be a Triple H guy.
It's unreal that he didn't get it. He wasn't a champion in this whole run. They fumbled that one bad, and that's a sad when you look back at it.
I'm thinking they're just gonna put him as part of the Authority now, as being like a fourth wheel with that little group there, and he'll be doing Triple H's bidding by beating up on people he wants him to go beat up
Yeah.
on, and you won't see him in any really title
and
matches
it sucks because
or anything.
he really is someone that could be a main eventer.
Mm-hmm.
So they
Cesaro's
just
great,
let
yeah.
him be himself and do his shit, the big swing and everything. He's the king of swing, and he doesn't get to do his...
why you take him away from Paul Heyman so right away. Paul Heyman would have got him up there into the echelon. But
yep, they just, when you look back at that, that's a...
What do we know? We're just Smarks.
It's a what exactly? It's a what could have been. It's something you'll look back in history and just be like, what really could have been, and they didn't. They had all the potential and momentum when it started, and they just...
We'll see where this goes.
They whiffed on that.
We'll see. I'm not happy with it, but we'll see. Maybe it can end up being something good. But
do you foresee him becoming a good guy in the near future? Let's say by Royal Rumble, do you see him being a good guy?
If what I see going with this storyline is, Triple H trying to abuse, Cesaro with, using him to beat up people, and then just him get mad, and then him messing up, and then he sicks the Authority after him, sicks Kane and Randy Orton against him, beats him up, and then he turns into a good guy, and then you see him feud with like Randy Orton with Kane, eventually Seth Rollins and stuff. I could see them stretching a storyline out of this with Cesaro getting beat up by the Authority and becoming a good guy.
Yeah, I hope he does. This was all to set up that Cesaro thought that he deserves a title shot, and to prove it, he wants to face Dean Ambrose tonight on Raw, so they set up that match. Next, we are given the Paige and AJ Lee against Natty Neidhart and Emma.
The convict.
Oh, man. This is, all right, Bill Burr said this in the stand-up comedy thing. He's like, the fucking balls of these shitty store owners that are like, listen, you fucking come to my store, you pick out what the fuck you want, you ring it up your fucking self, you fucking pay me, and you get the fuck out. Like, these self-checkout lines, this is exactly what's going to happen. You're putting way too much trust in people that should have no trust. I don't fucking work for you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not your employee. Why am I fucking checking myself out? Pay for someone to do this shit. And it literally seems like she honestly probably forgot to just fucking swipe a fucking $20 iPad case. Like, really, $20 fucking dollars. Let the girl fucking just pay you the $20. Some dickhead store manager that thought, I get to fucking whip my Authority around, and a bunch of bullshit. Either way, this match, real quick, Paige and AJ Lee win. Some celebration afterwards from they're best of friends, and finally, Paige takes AJ's fucking hair and just slams her down, headbutts her like 4 times.
Shame on you, Paige.
Yeah. Oh, what are you
doing that to AJ?
I love it. I love it. Paige gets to fucking be herself, the anti-diva. She's screaming. Yeah. She's telling AJ Lee, "This is my house."
This is my house.
Fucking throws her out of the ring. Throws her into the guardrail, then throws her into the steel post, then throws her over the announce table, and it was pretty hilarious because she screams again at, this is my house, and a kid in the audience, you can hear tell Paige, it's like, inside voice, okay? It was so funny. I was laughing because it was such a, just a little child. It was too cute and hilarious. It was but yeah. Paige is a bad girl now, and seems like the badass that she is. This is gonna be an awesome
anti-diva.
match. Yeah, she is. And at SummerSlam, there's gonna be one hell of a match.
Yeah.
So
they're gonna brawl. They should give them more than 5 minutes.
Yeah, totally.
I think they will do good. Them two especially.
Also, what did you think about Paige skipping AJ Lee when she left?
I thought it was hilarious. I'm like, this B word, bitch. It's after 9 o'clock. I can yell bitch now. She's being a bitch, and making fun of AJ skipping around. All she needed to do was just take the belt and skip around with it. That would have put the icing on the cake.
Yeah.
But she didn't do that. But it was a good heel turn. I liked it.
It was.
I like this feud so far.
Yeah, that's definitely a very good work. Now the next.
They had a good match at Battleground too.
Yeah. No, they're definitely they're given the time. They're gonna have some hell of matches. The next thing, though, the next segment, Fandango against my boy, woo, 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 you know it,
With
Zack Ryder with
the Slayers.
the Slayers, Layla and Summer Rae, and my God, for the first time in what feels like 2 years, Zack Ryder gets a victory on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, well, he gets the W.
Fucking amazing. You could even see him, like, he was even like...
He was shocked.
He was like, holy shit. I
won on Raw.
I won. And it was funny because he did his Rough Rider, and at the count of 2, Fandango gets his foot on the ropes, but Layla comes over and nudges it right off. The ref doesn't see it.
I didn't see that.
Hey, see, I got those eyes. 3 count. Neither did the ref, and that's all that matters. Zack Ryder, in the annals of wrestling history, gets the W.
Unbelievable.
Oh my, it was so good. And then he just gets kissed everywhere by them. He had lipstick all over his face. It was awesome.
This was his WrestleMania.
It was
his WrestleMania moment.
I was so happy to see him. The guy's been shit on so hard for the past few years, and undeservingly. The guy's, I mean, I'm not going to say he's the best wrestler, but he's entertaining. Right. The guy's got charisma. He's a funny guy. If you ever watched his Long Island True IZ story, you know, the show he used to have on YouTube. He's
the true stories.
Yep, it was great. Long Island IZ, baby. It was great, but I'm very happy. It sets up after this now, though.
Mm-hmm.
One of the best segments of the entire night. Come back. Stephanie's out there, and 2 detectives.
Well, this was after she introduced Flo Rida.
Yeah. Okay. I did.
But I don't want to talk about that.
I was skipping that.
I didn't watch the performance because you know what? You know, he performs the same songs every time he goes on.
Because he hasn't had a new album in 2 years.
Every same song.
But the funny thing is, okay, he had a segment with Heath Slater, and he pushed Heath Slater down, whatever. Yeah. But yeah, man, him singing to his backing track off time, off key, the girl off key, they're just...
And then Stephanie
This is
McMahon.
what I see. I'm a recording engineer, and the talent button was hit so hard by the engineer that did that fucking recording. There was so much auto-tune, so much production and stuff to make that ass clown sound like he has talent, because, man, what a fucking shitty performance. But that's why I didn't even write it down. It was terrible. Just garbage.
As Charles Barkley would say, terrible.
Steps in the ring. She's a Flo Rida, you know. And the detectives come down and
start
interrogating her. And how about the bald security guard? It was a really good. They pulled that off because those guys had badges that actually looked.
The bald security guy got a lot of screen time to.
Yeah, and they were like, "We're gonna fucking arrest you. You need to get out of here." And they guys like.
Well, he kept reading her rights and everything, and he kept asking Stephanie, did you
slap? Yeah, and she's like, she slapped me. They're like, did you slap her? She's like, yeah, I slapped her. And they're like, in the state of Florida, that's battery. You have the right to like. And
Stephanie's trying to use being slapped at payback as a reason why.
No, that was in the ring. That's a match. She was.
It wasn't.
She had a ticket. She had a ticket.
She's a fan. She paid her money.
Audience member. You can't slap audience members.
You can't slap audience members unless they enter the ring, and Bree did not enter the ring.
And we get Stephanie getting her Miranda rights, getting handcuffs put on her, a big na 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 na. Na 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 na, hey, goodbye chant, and the crowd is going ape shit on this, and deservingly so, because I was sitting in my seat like fuck yeah the whole time watching it, and
Loved it.
She's getting pulled to the back. Triple H is like, he's like, what was his line? He's like, these are fuck, I can't even remember how he said it. Like, these are big, like, career decisions.
Yeah,
and he's like, and his other line was, this is a hybrid. You must be proud of yourselves.
He's ripping on these cops, and
they told him, though, they're like, we'll arrest you. And you see Triple H is like, hands up the whole time when he's talking. Like, yeah, like, it was pretty good. Triple H tells him that, he's going to be right there. Mm-hmm. He's flipping out. well, family comes first, all that stuff.
Renee Young
Renee
was
Young
asking
asks,
him about the. Well, no, not Renee Young. Joey Mercury was
he's
asking him
gonna,
about the announcement. He's
he's
like,
like,
family first,
family first,
family
and then
first.
he's about to walk off, and he's like, she's got to get processed.
Yeah.
And
It's gonna get processed.
there's already
and
lawyers on the way and printers. It says printers. Like I guess I can.
He can hold off.
I
He
can
can
hold
make
off.
the
I can make the
announcement.
announcement. And how he's just like, I was laughing my ass off. Like when the way he pulled it off, such great acting. Triple H is so good. I mean, if you don't like Triple H right now, I mean, I don't know. He does such douchey things, but does them so perfect. Oh man,
Triple H is good as a heel. He always has, always will be.
Amazing
one of the best
right now.
heels
He's
out there.
Amazing.
I prefer him better as a heel than as a face.
Oh, of course, yeah, totally. So, good segment. Next thing is Rybaxel against Kofi and Big E. Rybaxel gets the victory, but the main thing is, in a beautiful white suit with a red undershirt, Xavier Woods comes in the ring and starts cutting a promo and says that, we can't move ahead being yes men, basically always doing what they're told, and that it's our time and place. We must take it. Like,
didn't we talk about this?
We did, yeah. Like basically a new. It's a new
Nation of
Domination. And I'm all for it. Like
I'm up for it too. I said when we talked about this a couple weeks ago, I said this is the push Kofi needs.
Yeah. Kofi basically he's going to be a bad guy. It looks like
Kofi's going to be a bad guy now. Big E is better as a bad guy than he is as a good guy.
All these guys are going to have. They need to add. I'm going to say this. They need to add Titus O'Neil.
Sure.
Titus O'Neil,
which I would see probably next week him being added to that group.
That makes so much sense.
I could definitely see Titus O'Neil being put into this group as well because main event today he wrestled with Heath Slater and lost to, I believe it was Big E and Kofi. Yeah, it was Big E and Kofi. They lost, and then he kind of like turned on Heath Slater.
All right.
For the match. So,
okay, so there you go.
I would say either SmackDown or Raw, you'll see Titus O'Neil join that group.
Let's see what their name is, but they're going to come up with a name for this.
I don't know. It should be funny. I hope it's a good name.
Yeah. So
as long as they don't do this, they
have to have Mark Henry to do that.
Yeah, that's Mark Henry to come out and squash him if he does that.
So after that,
he looks like kind of like a Louis Farrakhan, Malcolm X type thing with Xavier Woods is doing.
It should be, and Xavier Woods is an extremely intelligent guy, so this should be a very good. Let's see. I
personally like this little thing because with Kofi, get him into a heel mode and apparently
Kofi gets a character now instead of just.
And in this match too, he was more aggressive. Kofi, is more laid back because he's the good guy now. Now that he's a bad guy in this match that he had against Heath Slater and Titus O'Neil, he was more aggressive and he's like vicious now. Awesome. So I'm hoping we'll see something good for Kofi.
Yeah,
definitely. Because
I think this is for all their characters. This is a huge jump. Yeah. Let's hope that they still push them and they don't just put them on main event superstars all the time. Yeah. After this, we get a Rusev segment. Not too much in the promo. Great Khali stumbles out to the ring.
They have to be a little careful now with the promos, because of what happened overseas. Yeah. They have to be more sensitive with the promos.
The Ukraine is weak.
Yeah. Oh, man. They got to be careful with that now.
They do have to.
They already got from the promo they did on Battleground.
They got a bunch of backlash.
They got a bunch of backlash.
If only that was on Backlash. If they only still did Backlash pay-per-views, and they got the pay-per-view is called Backlash. Bitches.
Yeah.
So yeah, obviously, I mean, Rusev beats Great Khali. Great Khali could sneeze and he would lose.
Yeah.
Whatever. Stardust and Goldust segment.
Never can complain about their promos.
I can't wait till they
Why are they not wrestling though?
I was just gonna say, I can't wait till they start getting some matches again.
It's been a couple of weeks since they've wrestled, so I'm wondering what's going on with that.
Now, after this, we get the main event match.
Main event match, yeah.
Ambrose against Cesaro. Great match.
Oh, yeah. They were flying all over the place, beating the hell out of each other. It was a good match.
Yep. DQ ending.
Dean Ambrose is a lunatic.
He is, and he plays it off so well. It's so
he is
awesome.
a lunatic.
He's so
What's
over
wrong?
right now. Like, he is so over.
He's not going for the win. He decides he wants to hit the guy with a steel chair. Shame on you.
He wants to kick some ass. Yeah, good match. Cesaro gets the win by disqualification. And now you look at the clock and it's like, wait a minute. Like,
still got like 20 minutes left.
Yeah. Triple H comes out and says he's got to make the decision.
He's going to make a decision. He says, here's your number one contender, and then Randy Orton comes out. A collective sigh goes and like, oh.
Yeah, like, oh, man.
Are you kidding me?
Serious?
Thank God Roman Reigns came out and beat the crap out of Randy Orton.
Yep, chased him out of the arena.
Chased him out of the arena. We get the next guy.
Paul Heyman comes strutting down
with Plan C.
And he says, Plan C's here.
Plan A didn't work. Plan B didn't work. So let's go. Plan C.
Brock Lesnar's music hits, and the Beast Incarnate. He comes out. Good ovation. I mean, how could you not? He's been gone since the day after the Raw to WrestleMania. Comes out. Comes to the ring, Paul Heyman. This has to be one of his best promos. I mean, it speaks volumes that WWE gives Paul Heyman the last, basically, the ending segment.
My eyes were glued.
Yes.
And my ears.
How could you change the channel with that? Like,
the only thing that made me look away was when I saw our sign go on the TV.
You could see our sign nonstop in the background. Again, thank you, Omar and Keith, just putting our fucking Smark sign. It was great because there's so many shots of Heyman's head and our sign clear as day right there.
Yep.
But yeah, no, Heyman comes out and he says, with Cena, there's a guy that wears green shirts and shorts and pump ups, and people are there's two sides. It doesn't matter what side you're on. They're yay Cena or the Cena sucks or Cena sucks as he screams it.
He screamed
and a huge Cena sucks. It's Miami. This is our local crowd. Fuck Cena. No one likes him. They didn't even. Oh, a beautiful thing. Cena wasn't even on this Raw.
No, he was out. He's actually filming a movie. So he was gone.
Good. Fuck off, Cena. He would have got booed out of that building.
Yeah, he would have. Every time when WrestleMania 28, he was getting booed like crazy when Rock, especially he's facing hometown Rock.
Oh yeah, God. And Heyman calls him the malpracticing doctor of thugonomics. He's in for the beating of a lifetime. Cena can't escape this beating. You can't put the title down in front and surrender it. 15 titles in 10 years is something worth conquering. He's like Brock Lesnar.
He's staring at Brock Lesnar.
He is, yeah. He's like
15 years.
15 titles in 10 years. He's like Brock Lesnar comes back, and the last time he was here, he conquered the streak, and they showed a little bit. He's like, I am the one behind the one in 21 and 1. And he's like, and now he's like, it's conquering. It's worth conquering. He's like, I pledge allegiance to the conqueror. Like, oh my God, it was such an unreal promo.
Paul Heyman is awesome, man.
Killing it, fucking killing it. Lesnar is going to. I
can't wait for Paul Heyman's DVD to come out
on
the network. Right. So I want to watch that.
Let me ask you, SummerSlam. Is there any way you see Lesnar not beating Cena and being champ? I mean, it just. All signs point to Lesnar becoming the champion.
All signs point to it, yeah, but you never know. But I personally, I'm rooting for Lesnar on this one. I would like to see him win the title and just like I don't know how they'll do it, but maybe put it as I'm gonna leave for now and come back, and then I decide when I want to defend the title.
Well, if you think of it, last time he was here, he came back around Royal Rumble, right? He wrestled. He came back before Royal Rumble last time, and he was here till Mania. So he was there for like 3 months, basically, right?
He didn't wrestle.
No, he wrestled. Well,
he didn't wrestle at Royal Rumble,
but he came back. Like I'm saying, he had already been back, right?
Yeah.
And then he wrestled the next pay-per-view against the Big Show.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm saying is, though, he was there because he came back in January, left in April.
Yeah.
Comes back now, probably be there at least till Survivor Series. So he easily.
Well, there's rumors that he might wrestle a Night of Champions too, which is.
Yeah, no, I'm saying he should right now. I'm saying that it all makes sense that he's there for like probably 3 months.
Yeah.
So this would make perfect sense that he could be champion for 3 months.
Yeah.
I'm all for it.
I'm all for Lesnar winning. If he wins, that's great. I think it'll be a definite boost in everything, a big boost in ratings
Yes.
for
Man,
WWE.
again, if you did not see this, if you didn't watch Anus Raw, just watch the Paul Heyman 15-minute promo he cut. It's
really good promo.
The reason why he's the best on the microphone. That from start to finish just killed it. He basically put all the asses in the seat for SummerSlam in that promo. He fucking sold that pay-per-view so well. It makes you just want to see that match, see Cena get fucking pummeled. Oh man, I'm so excited for this. Lesnar is hopefully going to destroy Cena, and hopefully walk out champion.
I wonder if they won't put it as an Extreme Rules match.
It don't need to be an Extreme Rules. Lesnar will kick that fucking ass with no problem.
Should make it no DQ.
Should make it legitimate knockout match.
Yeah. It'd be good. I mean, the Extreme Rules match they had, last year I think it was, or 2 years ago when Brock first came back
and lost,
to Cena, but
WWE.
It was a good match. It was a good match, but
just
for him to lose was kind of like
fucking Cena. Oh man, Cena not wanting to put anyone over. That's why I hope Lesnar this time just like, nope, fuck it. I beat Undertaker. I'm beating Cena. I'm not like
It makes sense.
I hope he did not like. I hope he basically said like, I'm coming back. I'm not gonna fucking lose to this guy. Like I'm not. I'll just sit at home. Like I could see him be like, no, I'll just sit at home. I have no, fuck it. So it makes perfect sense. From here on in, it looks like we're gonna have a good month of Raws. Not even a month, whatever. Till SummerSlam.
We'll get a good, even though Brock Lesnar's not going to be on Raw, because of his contract.
You don't even know
stuff,
he could be there.
He could be, but even if we don't, we'll still get something good out of Heyman.
Yeah, you're still going to get
Heyman's still going to promote this match like it's his last match ever.
This is, oh man, I'm getting excited about SummerSlam. It's one of the big four.
I mean, yeah, you look at the matches so far that we
should have Paige
against AJ.
Some sort of Brie Bella, Stephanie McMahon,
Brie Bella, maybe Stephanie, Roman Reigns, Randy Orton.
Probably Ambrose, Seth Rollins, Cesaro.
Well, I would say Ambrose and Rollins and like a false count anywhere match.
Yes.
Like I said before, but SummerSlam's card looks like it might be pretty stacked.
Very excited.
Especially with maybe they throw these guys Kofi and Big E in the mix.
Some sort,
something mix them up with the Usos.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Usos still the champion after Battleground. That was a
which
great
were not on Raw yesterday. I don't remember seeing the Usos on Raw yesterday.
No, they weren't.
Usos weren't on Raw. Kind of surprised about that.
It was a good Raw though, man. I like I said, way more enjoyable than the Battleground pay-per-view.
The Battleground pay-per-view had 2 good matches.
Battle Royal? Not even.
No, not even. The tag team match and the Divas match.
Yeah, okay, yeah, definitely.
The Divas match was good. The main event sucked.
One of my buddies, when we were watching here, one of my friends fell asleep. It wasn't me. My buddy was just watching it, and I look over and just...
I can imagine. That main event was terrible, but it was a wash thing to get from Payback to SummerSlam,
exactly,
so I didn't expect much of that.
I still think that they should not have that pay-per-view. They should have like an 8-week build for SummerSlam.
Yeah, or do like a Saturday night's main event in between instead of doing a Battleground pay-per-view. Yeah. Do Saturday night's main event and just do a little like hour show on NBC or anywhere, or USA.
It was
promoted that way because Battleground was a waste.
So now, moving forward, who do you think's going to go against The Miz at SummerSlam?
Sheamus.
Oh, you think they're going to do a title unification?
Yeah. Right. I either Sheamus or Ziggler, one of those two, or maybe a triple threat between them.
Kind of cool.
Yeah.
Also, Bray Wyatt, Chris Jericho, SummerSlam.
Oh yeah, we got that little feud still going.
That'll be going on. I could see Kane, Randy Orton, Roman Reigns triple threat.
Yeah.
That could probably happen. It's looking good. It's looking good, folks. It's gonna be. It looks like we're gonna have some good Raws coming up. Hopefully, not much Cena. If it is, hopefully him getting his head thrown through tables and getting hit with chairs. because Brock fucking Lesnar is back, and he's ready to throw fucking monitors that hit the ring, bounce out, and hit fans in the face like he did months ago. He's ready to high-pitch scream at people. He's ready to just go fucking buck wild. That man is ready to kick some ass, and this time it's the fucking bright-wearing fucking fruit booty, as Stevie Ray would say back in the day, John Cena. Anything else you can think of? We gotta go over match of the night. Who do you think was your
match of the night? I mean, to me, a toss-up between Ziggler and Miz and Ambrose and Cesaro.
I'm going with Ziggler Miz. I think it was just.
I like that match too. I'm gonna go with that match as well.
Sign of the night is pretty obvious.
Pretty obvious.
Smark sign
the Smark
at Raw.
Sign at Raw, yes.
You got keep your eyes peeled. They were you're watching Raw. It's basically, if you're looking out, it would be to the left of JBL. If you were looking at him, basically in the corner.
Right of JBL.
Well, no, if you're looking at him, not to
your left.
Yeah, it's to our left. If you're looking at him, it's JBL's right shoulder. But if you're looking at him, it's to the left of him in the corner by the turnbuckle, fourth row back. Humongous Spanish guy and a pretty awesome white guy. The two of them are easy to see, and it was great.
Thanks for the promo.
Yeah, thanks. Can't ask. They had that sign going all night. It was fucking awesome. Two close friends of mine, so it was great to see that. We were super stoked. Other than that, great Raw. Miami crowd was hot.
Yep.
They were chanting away. We got it right now. SmackDown's being filmed in Orlando tonight. Cesaro actually was on the Orlando news today. I saw doing something. Him and Renee Young.
Well, Cesaro is facing Ambrose again in a rematch and a no DQ match, so that should be pretty good.
That should be good.
And then they got Roman Reigns against ADR.
Why is your hair always so wet?
Speaking of, RVD wasn't.
Yeah, RVD wasn't at Battleground.
Don't know what's going on with RVD. Why he wasn't at Battleground?
Wasn't at Raw.
Injury.
Nothing's been mentioned. There's speculation he's injured, but nothing's been mentioned. No one knows what's going on. So that's something to keep your eyes on.
No ADR on Raw either. It wasn't that it wasn't a lot of wrestlers on Raw last night, but it was still a good show.
They had good ones. Zack Ryder getting a victory on Monday Night Raw. Dolph Ziggler winning on Raw. Brock Lesnar coming back on Raw. It was just.
I think that's why Triple H went off in the beginning. With his trolling of the internet tweeters.
And then trolling and then saying how he just does it, brushing it off like, I don't give a fuck. You guys are so invested in this, and I don't fucking care. I'm fucking Triple H.
He smiles, takes it to the bank. He let us say what we want, and we'll say whatever we want, and he just laughs to the bank while we sit here and say what we want. So.
Oh, and he's like, oh man, Frank and John, I'm done watching it. Like he went over everything. Like, oh man, we lost 2 viewers. Like, yeah.
I've seen people actually act like that before. It's pretty funny. Then when he said that, I was laughing.
I was loving it. I was like, oh man,
he nailed it to the T. I've seen people who just say, oh, I'm done. I can't watch this no more. And then the next week they're watching.
Yeah. Man, good stuff. Stoked about next week's Raw. That's basically it, right? There's what else can be said other than the Beast Incarnate's back.
Brock Lesnar.
Paul Heyman and Lesnar.
Love it.
It's like a fine wine. As the years go by, it just gets better and better.
Should see some hard hitting coming soon from the Beast Incarnate.
So I guess with that being said, we have to thank you wrestling fans because we are the Smarks, and this has been one hell of a Monday Night Raw. Till next time,